What's up, Wrestle fans? Welcome to week 9 of the Wednesday Night War podcast. Pounce. What's up, Warheads? Week 9, episode 9 of Wednesday Night War podcast, but you know that because there was just an intro and then our sweet music played.
Damn right.
I mean, in theory, I haven't done that part yet, but...
Dude, don't pull back the curtain, brother.
Sorry.
Kayfabe.
Yeah, too much inside baseball.
The hell?
I know. Well, somebody's got to break kayfabe. So we were recording on a Wednesday, which is odd for us.
Yeah, this is the first time we've watched both shows and recorded immediately after.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so we're getting in early with the thanks.
Yeah.
Giving
See
thanks
that?
early.
Jumping the gun a little bit.
Jumping the gun on the
That's
thanks.
after midnight. We're allowed to...
It's true.
It's Thanksgiving
Happy
officially.
Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you, brother.
There you go. See that?
I appreciate you.
Thanksgiving episode.
Woo!
Although there's nothing about Thanksgiving. Well, there kind of is.
There certainly is.
That is true.
I don't know what show you watched, my friend, but...
I mean, you do, because we were sitting across from each other.
Listen, I've been sick.
You have been sick, I know. It's going to be a fun episode because all that NyQuil you just took.
Yeah, if by the end of this I'm not drooling on myself, I'll consider this a success.
Great.
Let's rock.
Let's do it.
All right, let's start off with AEW first.
Okay.
If there was news this week, I don't remember it.
Me either.
If you want to tell us what the news was,
I have no idea.
We'll give you all of our information at the end of the show.
Yeah, was there news? I don't think there was.
I don't think there was either, but... let's start it off with Dark.
Dark.
That was on last night, Tuesday night.
Yes.
First match was Trent versus Pentagon Jr.
Yes.
Which when I saw this, I'm like, all right, this is going to be pretty good.
It will be good.
I'm hoping so. Went about 12 minutes.
All right.
Trent got the win.
Surprisingly.
Very surprising. Yeah. I did not expect this at all.
No, good for Trent. He's great. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, and as you know, we'll talk more about what happened on Dynamite.
Yeah.
Trent, I don't know. I feel like they're backing him a little bit, which they should be.
They should, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely. He's good. He looks good. Best friends are fun. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But Pentagon's great too. So it was a good match. Good for Dark. A little more high profile than I thought Dark would be getting.
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, they've been doing a lot of stuff with Ray and Pentagon doing single stuff. So
yeah, which I think is good because they're both great singles wrestlers. I mean, we love them as a tag.
Sure.
But I think it's cool to get to showcase what they can do on the single side of it. A lot of weird production stuff going on here.
Yeah.
There was a replay. I think Pentagon hit a destroyer on the apron, and you heard the replay going, but there was no replay on the screen. Really weird.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah,
I was sleepy.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
was.
sleepy.
So same, but actually I was.
Yeah, me too. I don't understand what that implication was.
Well, it was real weird though. There was you heard the replays, you could hear the audio, and they referenced the replays, and there was just no replay. I'm like, how does that get missed? Clean that
I didn't
up.
notice. I could be because I was sleepy, or I just wasn't paying enough attention. But I'd like to go back and look and see if they fixed it.
Yeah, I thought it was definitely a really good match.
If they pulled an old NWA Power and changed some mistakes.
That's a whole nother topic.
Not for this show.
Not for this one, no. Afterwards, I thought it was a really good video package on Shauna. I guess this was supposed to be the undesirable Cody's.
Yeah. Cody subtly shoots on the WWE.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got changed to Shauna not so subtly shoots on Impact.
Yeah. Yeah, because she told the story about how she would get tryouts with WWE, and they would always tell her, yeah, we're going to sign you, and nobody ever did.
Shocking.
And then she did the tryout with TNA, and they told her that she's too fat.
Which is insane.
If that's true,
yeah.
I mean, that company's a joke anyway, but, what are you doing, guys?
Yeah.
She says, yeah, I was going to retire.
Yeah.
I was done. But then she said, oh, Kenny called me, offered me the job, and she's like, I actually called him the next day to be like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So good for her.
I've liked her a lot since we've seen her in these couple. I think it's like the third time we've seen her, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I like her. I think she's talented.
Yeah, she's good.
Her, so
yeah. There was a little Big Swole interview afterwards, which then led into Shauna versus Big Swole.
Yes.
Right immediately off the bat, though, commentary absolutely ruined it. And again, I think it's production. Like, what are you guys doing? How they said, oh, yeah, we just saw Kong squash Leva Bates. It's like, guys, like, production, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, how do you miss this? Yeah. Like, I don't understand it. Yeah. Like, I just don't, like, man, that's really shitty. They had done them
out of order before. I think maybe when they did that one match with Arn, I think those were all out of order, too, from, like, live order to...
Sure.
But they didn't mess anything up like that, but that's a pretty weird deal.
Like, I get it, like, it's only the YouTube show.
Yeah.
But still, what do you
It's a YouTube show that has now creeping up to like an hour and 20 minutes in length.
Yeah, it's getting way too long. And speaking of way too long, this match was way too long. That's
called a segue.
This went about 11 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
Shauna got the win over Swole.
Swole. We've seen Swole a bunch. She did that James Brown thing. That was kind of funny. She's defeated Crohn's disease.
Good for her.
Yeah, great.
That's awesome.
Can you defeat Crohn's disease, or is it something I don't know? That's a different podcast.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Good for her. She mentioned her little promo about fighting for her life and all that. So good to see her. I wish she was better.
Yeah, it just didn't click at all for me.
She hasn't been
like not even a little bit.
Yeah, she hasn't been my favorite in these couple of matches. Shauna's really good. Swole could be good. She's got some work to do. Maybe the right partner when she clicks with that sort of. The right competition, but
yeah, like I don't know.
They seem to like her.
I don't know if she's supposed. Well, and again, this goes back to the classic. There are no heels and there are no faces. Like I don't know what she's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I whatever on her right now.
I mean, there's definitely heels and faces. They can say it all they want.
Oh, there has to be. Like that's the whole premise of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest here, Cody.
Yeah.
Next matchup. Kong versus Leva Bates. Well, commentary already spoiled it.
Yeah.
It was a good old squash roll.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to spoil anything. You kind of all knew that
you knew it was going to happen.
AEW seems to love this Satanist Brandy haircutting gimmick so much that they have the debut match on AEW Dark.
Yeah, that says a lot about the gimmick.
Love it. Yeah, they love it so much that they're just going to throw it in their YouTube show and not mention it at all this week on the main show.
Best part of this was Kong laying out Peter Avalon afterwards.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it was a bucket list.
Yeah, it was.
If I was a Make-A-Wish kid, I'd be like, let me hit Peter Avalon. And then John Cena would show up and be like, you got it, kid.
Yeah, Cena would do that for you.
Yeah, of course he would.
Cena's a good guy.
That's right. He's a good man and he'd do anything for these kids.
We're pro John Cena.
Yeah.
Main event time. Kenny Omega going up against Jack Evans.
Yep.
I was going to say for the AAA belt because I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
So we're just going to go with that.
All right.
No surprise.
I believe it's pronounced I
hate you.
That's not it?
I hate you so much.
All right.
You can't do that.
It's been a long time since I've taken Spanish, but I'm pretty sure I'm close. 3 A's in a row. Oh, how hard that is.
Oh, my God. You're a real-life Colin Mockery.
Oh, God. All right. Well, I mean, Colin Mockery's funny.
I mean, yeah,
I'll take that as a compliment.
He's actually really funny, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So, no surprise here. Kenny beat Jack Evans.
Yeah,
it went like 15 minutes. Yeah. There's not going to be a title change on a Dark.
No, and there's not going to be a title on Jack Evans.
There's just not.
Unless we invent a time machine.
Well, are you working on it
I
still?
am, yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
It's all about finding uranium to sell to terrorists.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's what you need. You need to swap it out with pinball parts and you invent a time machine. That's what happens.
What's going on?
That's the plot of Back to the Future.
I know. Do you want to talk about Back to the Future?
Is this a Back to the Future podcast?
You know my uncle used to have a DeLorean?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll see if I can find pictures. Which he used to have one. It was the coolest thing ever.
Cool.
Kenny beat Jack Evans.
Yeah.
It was fun again.
Kenny did what Kenny does.
Yeah.
Jack Evans did what Jack Evans does.
Yeah, no surprise there.
Yeah.
let's just move right on to Dynamite because Dark's over.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like an hour and 15 minutes.
It was long.
It does not need to be that. I fast forwarded through like all like this shit with, oh, we're gonna review this. I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
no, we're not.
That stuff. I just watch them. When I do it, I just do the matches.
Yeah. So Dynamite.
Yeah.
Started off with a celebration for Le Champion, Chris Jericho.
Yes.
We had a big old marching band, a lot of inflatables, giant gifts in the ring. SoulTrain Jones in the ring.
Jones cutting world-class, top-of-the-line mic work.
Oh, man, what a promo
he knows how to say names.
He does, Christoph.
He can say Christopher in no less than 3 times sections, so good for him.
Oh, he's awesome.
He is awesome. Good to see Verge.
Good old meat sauce.
Yeah.
Jericho comes out, and just the classic shit, you know. Shut up. He gives the crowd coupons for 50 cents off a Jericho shirt.
Yep.
And then
Black Friday. He's just a businessman.
He's a generous guy.
Yeah.
Well, if for all you was it champagne, I guess, or wine? I don't know the difference.
Yeah, champagne. Wine's not bubbly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Little bit of the bubbly.com if you want to go get some get some champagne.
If it's up, it did crash earlier.
Yeah, I guess it crashed super early. Yeah. Inner Circle came out, gave him some good, funny gifts.
Hilarious gifts.
A little bit of the 40.
Yep, a little bit of the 40, which I want that t-shirt.
With some damn flip-flops.
If Pro Wrestling Tees puts up a Proud and Powerful, a little bit of the 40 t-shirt, I'll buy my first AEW t-shirt.
I'm going to hold you to it.
I'll buy it 100%. Ortiz is the best.
The Big Hurt arrived with a goat.
Yep, a very scared goat.
Yeah, which thankfully he was like, all right, take this goat away. Because this goat wants nothing to do with this.
Yeah.
Named Chris Jericho. You know, haha.
Yeah, hilarious.
Get it?
Yep.
And then a big box was in the ring, and Jericho's dad, Ted Irvine, is
hockey legend.
Yes, one of the greatest 100 New York Rangers of all time. He's there to run down Chicago about how the Blackhawks suck. He just buries Bobby whole.
Yeah, because Jericho taught his dad how to get the cheap heat.
Of course. Justin Roberts came in to read the whole thank you thing. They beat the shit out of him.
They messed up his hair.
Yeah, they did, which was kind of funny. And SCU attacked when they were disguised as the marching band.
They were.
It was so much fun, and it was so over the top.
It was a lot of fun. It was very reminiscent of the Festival of Friendship.
Yeah.
Jericho getting cardboard cut out of him and Sammy Guevara, which was hilarious. The flip-flops, all that sort of stuff. He became an honorary Boricua, according to Santana and Ortiz.
They gave him the Vapor Max rub?
Yeah, the Vapor Max, and told him where to put it, which I won't repeat.
No, you won't.
But just fun stuff, some good Jericho stuff. The audio was off on it.
Yeah.
Jericho didn't seem like they were mic'd through the TV, so you just heard the sound of it in the arena. But Justin Roberts was mic'd properly.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, SCU came down and then immediately made sure that Big Verge's photo and merch table prices shot through the roof.
Oh, absolutely.
They made him bump.
I'll tell you what. Prices at the gimmick table just went up, brother.
Every bump he takes, it jumps $5. And he took the $1 million dream. So
he tried to take the $1 million.
He tried. He forgot. And yeah, those prices are going up.
Yeah.
I once, did I ever tell you I saw Virgil once at a Comic-Con?
Did you really?
I did. I walked over to his table. Joe Sposto was there, actually, and we had this plan. We were all going to get a picture with Virgil.
That would have been sick.
And we walked over. I walked over. I was by myself. Yeah. Everybody was doing other stuff. And we were like, later we're going to go see Virgil. And I walked over to Virgil's table, and there was no line. And it was Virgil. And I walked up, and I looked at his stuff. And I was like, hey, Virg, it's really great. Great to meet you. Pretty honored. He's like, you going to buy something?
Oh.
And I was like, well, me and my friends are going to come back. We're going to get a big picture with you later. We're going to, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And make sure we've talked about it. That's what we're going to do. And he's like, but you're here now. You can buy something. And I was like, all right, Verge. And I walked away. And then we never actually went back. We couldn't get everybody organized.
Oh,
so
man.
we ripped Virgil off there.
Brother Verge.
Yep.
He'll give you your receipt one day for that. It's
true.
I hope you know that.
And I will call him Vincent.
Next, we had some random-ass dude jump on commentary.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, boy, was he very impactful.
Being Elite Fleet?
Sure.
I don't know. I tried to figure out what that meant. Some sort of street team contest thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But next match, it was Best Friends versus Lucha Brothers, which Orange Cassidy came out
to the Road Warrior pop.
Yeah, every week. Dressed. Since it's wrestling, I'll say dressed as the gobbledygooker.
Well, he was just a turkey, but all right.
I mean, he was great.
Well, he was great.
What the hell was he doing?
He wasn't wearing the head,
like,
so not
what
the
is
gooker.
He doing?
Why not?
I love him so much.
This is the Best Friends are apparently the team that just wears all the stupid gimmicks.
Because
they came out as Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And now he's a turkey for Thanksgiving. He's great.
He's the best.
It's because he's untouchable. Because the crowd's going to pop huge for him no matter what.
Well, Best Friends got jumped on the way down by Lucha Brothers.
Yep.
JR gave a nice WRKP in Cincinnati reference.
Did he?
Yeah, and then Excalibur said, "Oh, looks like we're going for that over 50 demo." So Lucha Brothers Best Friends. I guess they said it was set up since Trent beat Pentagon on Dark, which I'm cool with that crossover. Sure. That's dope. This went about 8 minutes.
Okay.
Best Friends got the win.
Trent pinning Ray Phoenix.
Yeah,
he's now pinned both brothers.
Now that set up Trent and Phoenix for next week's Dynamite.
Nice.
Best part of the match, though,
okay,
no doubt, was Orange Cassidy jumping off the top rope on the outside,
trying to flap his wings like a turkey.
Like a turkey.
Yeah. Yep.
That guy is the best.
He is. He also got up to do a little distraction during the match and stood on the apron flapping his wings.
Even after the match, Chucky tried to jump in his arms, and Orange Cassidy just fell over.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yep.
Next match, you had Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander. Happy to see her back. Going up against B. Priestley and Emi Sakura.
Good tag team match. Good lineup.
Yeah.
At least on paper.
Yeah, went 9.5 minutes. B and Emi got the win.
Yep.
I thought B looked better than usual.
She didn't murder anybody.
No, thankfully.
Yeah, everyone walked away with all their limbs.
Yeah. Chris Statlander, she impressed again.
Yeah.
I really hope, and I mentioned this, I think, last week, I hope she gets signed.
Me too.
I really do. She looked awesome. But, Emmy got the win with the cradle, so who knows how this will shake up the rankings, because she didn't get pinned or anything.
Yeah,
but I don't know
if it matters for single stuff. Who knows?
We'll find out on Friday.
I will say something we wanted to mention about the beginning of this match, the commentary in particular.
Oh, God.
Emi Sakura comes to the ring dressed as Freddie Mercury. It's her thing. She wears a fake mustache. She carries the microphone.
She does.
Uses the microphone in the match. And good old JR, when she came out doing her Freddie Mercury thing, said that Freddie Mercury has never looked so oriental. And then said, Asian.
And then said, female,
and female.
Sassafras.
And then Excalibur kind of like stuttered and I'm sure like had to overcome his like baffled mind at JR just saying that, and then they tried to move on from it. But
I wonder if they had somebody in the headsets just be like, Jim,
no,
you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like
Vince called in just that one time, was like, goddamn pal.
He just had flashbacks of Vince tearing him a new one.
So that was a little shocking. We both like looked at each other when that happened.
Yeah. Jim, well, he was off a lot tonight.
He was.
Yeah, he missed Tony.
No Shivani, so then JR feels he needs to do the job of 2 men when he's barely capable to do the job of 1 man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, after the match, Mox cut a quick promo talking about somebody wants to try to be a hero against them, they'll get hurt.
And he's Napalm Death.
Damn right he is. Yep. He knows. He
does
what's
know.
Up.
Sure.
He knows.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
He's into it.
Yeah, he's down, brother. Next match you had Cody, the returning Cody.
Yeah, with all his pyro. The only guy to get pyro.
Just massive amounts of pyro.
Yeah.
For a fucking squash match against Matt Nix.
Yep.
And
with a K.
And how did you refer to Matt Nix?
Matt Nix looked like, if those of you familiar with New Japan Professional Wrestling, looked like if Evil and Colt Cabana had a child. He was wearing essentially Colt Cabana's singlet, had purple hair and a top knot, and his body was actually somewhere in the middle of those guys.
All I needed was like the black under his eyes, and I would be like, "Yep, we know what this is." Minute 30, Cody made him tap to a figure 4.
35 years since that's happened last on TV.
What is going on?
Yeah,
I'm all right with it. I like it more, but
yeah, no, but I mean. Nobody taps the figure 4.
No.
Ric Flair did never tap anybody. He hasn't tapped anybody at the figure 4 since '83.
That's true. Afterwards, Cody got on the mic and called out MJF, and you see somebody cutting up the bottom of the ring.
Yes.
And out comes the blade.
Mm-hmm.
And
not an implement used to cut the ring, but actually a man called the Blade.
The man called Blade.
Yeah. And not a vampire hunter. Just
he's a man called Blade.
Okay, did you just make that up right now?
Well, I mean, I'm going off a Sting.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, all right, I get it.
The NyQuil's kicking in.
Oh, it certainly is.
Well, the
we're
Blades...
not even halfway through this show.
Well, we're going to get there, I promise.
I'm going to get there. I don't know about you.
The Blades tag team partner... oh, boy. Speaking of butchering, his name is The Butcher. Mm-hmm. For those of you who don't know, The Blade and The Butcher, they've worked a lot in Beyond. The Butcher happens to be the guitar player for one of my favorite bands, Every Time I Die, goes by the name of Andy Williams. Mm-hmm. You and I saw Andy Williams versus Chris Dickinson at Bloodsport last year, and that shit was bonkers.
It was.
I'm all about it. They laid out Cody with that suplex backstabber combo.
Yep.
And then Dark Alley came up through the ring. She's known as the Bunny.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know what that's about, but...
I mean, she looked good.
Yeah, well, I hope... It sucked because, like, there were people online who were excited. I was pumped. Like, when I saw Andy Williams, I popped up off the couch. I was like, holy shit, Andy Williams.
Crowd was dead.
Crowd didn't know who they are. I mean, and honestly, it's not surprising. They're not, like, well known. I mean, if you know indie wrestling and you keep on top of it, you know who these guys are.
It's hard in a live show because you don't have the commentary to explain it, so you just see these guys, even though Andy Williams looks like a madman.
Yeah.
So
and the Blade, he actually used to be Braxton Sutter in TNA. So if you watch that, I think him and Allie are actually married.
Okay. Braxton Sutter.
Was
he in Aces and Eights?
Sounds like a name that would have been, doesn't it?
It sounds like another ripoff Sons of Anarchy.
Kurt Sutter, that's why.
Oh, yeah, that is why. There it is.
Jax.
Sure.
See,
it sounds like he could be in the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah. Anyway, very excited for those guys because I like them a bunch. And, again, Andy Williams is like...
Yeah, he's a monster.
Yeah, he's a monster, and he plays the hell of a guitar.
There you go.
Every time I die, listen to them, they're sick. Next match, we had a rematch from All Out of Kenny Omega going up against the Bastard Pac.
Yeah, number 2.
This only went like 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was a little surprised.
Well, they got all their shit in.
They did. Kenny got the win.
Yep.
That Avalanche Falcon arrow was dope.
Yep.
Here, I'm not a fan of Kenny getting that win back yet.
Okay.
I'm just not.
I mean, it's leading to a rubber match.
And I know it's going to lead to a rubber match eventually, but I just...
I get it. It seems weird what they're doing with both of these guys. They kind of flounder with both of them a little bit. They're just not quite sure what to do.
Yeah,
They've
because...
moved everybody on. Omega has matches in Dark, then he's on the regular show, then he's back on Dark. Pac just kind of has wrestled 2 guys this whole time. It's either Omega or Hangman.
Yeah, and like, with Pac... I don't think he ever should have lost to Hangman.
No.
I really don't. Like, because, like, could you imagine, like, all right, like, if Omega beat Pac, like, it'd make the win even that much more. But, like, like they made this is only Pac's second loss. He's only been on TV for 9 weeks.
Well, and he wasn't and he isn't wrestling on every show. He wasn't even there really in the beginning. But, yeah, it makes sense to me that Omega wins this one because of his Wolverine-like healing factor.
Wow, could you believe him?
Those were some serious scratches and cuts that he had on his back.
Yeah, they're virtually gone.
Gone. I mean, gone. And those things ran, like, the length of his back. They, like, were pulsating. They were bad.
Yeah.
And he's good. He's all good, nice and smooth.
Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, best doctors in the world. Lots of anti-scar cream.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next matchup we had was the Dynamite Dozen Finals. MJF versus the Hangman.
Yep. For the $43,000 or $45,000 ring, depending on who you ask.
Depending on who you ask.
Yeah.
I did like MJF's entrance video. It was just him and Wardlow beating up Cody.
Yeah.
Over and over again. Wardlow's not that big.
No.
What is he? 6'2", I think you said.
I'm taller
You're
than
taller
Wardlow.
than Wardlow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also fat shit, so he beat me up, but yeah,
But he's just not that big.
He's not that big. He looked much bigger in the promo videos.
Yeah.
He looks huge standing next to MJF because he's a little guy.
Yeah.
But
MJF got the win.
Yeah.
With like a weird looking crossroads where I don't know if he went the wrong way or Hangman went the wrong way, but it just wasn't good.
It wasn't. It was off. Hangman. We found out in this match, Hangman quit the Elite.
Yeah, I guess.
So
for those of you that watch Being the Elite, we're behind.
Not
I guess. I don't watch it, but
no.
Yeah, very surprised.
Yeah. This match showed, I think, MJF's sort of in-ring inexperience. Kind of started to see his weak points a little bit. It wasn't very good.
No, it wasn't.
Ended really awkwardly. And it just kind of, I don't know, it just went nowhere.
Yeah, like, it didn't do anything for me. Like, it was only 6 minutes. It was supposed to be this big thing. Like, oh, you get the $45,000 diamond ring, and it went 6 minutes. Like, it just, I didn't care for it. I know you didn't care for it.
No, not really. But we did get to see DDP.
Yes, we did, because afterwards DDP arrived to give the diamond ring to MJF. Kind of like, said he's been disappointed in MJF lately, but, hey, he earned it. MJF just puts the gum in DDP's hand. DDP gets in his face. Yeah. Wardlow steps up and then he says, well, Wardlow, these people will want to see me beat your ass all over the streets of Chicago.
Get beat up by a 63-year-old man.
And they had a big pull-apart brawl.
And Daly, though he's a 63-year-old dude, is in great shape. Taller than Wardlow.
Yeah. He's, for a guy that's built as a behemoth, DDP's bigger than you. Yeah. Billy Gunn makes him look small.
Yeah, well, Billy Gunn makes everybody look small.
Well, that's
Billy Gunn's
also
a massive human being.
Very true. Yeah. I hope, is this going to lead to DDP versus Wardlow?
I hope so. I mean, it's not going to, but I hope so.
Can a boy dream?
He's got one match in him. He has to.
He can do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be long.
He saved all that energy from that match when he tagged up with Karl Malone. Then he has another match with him.
See, come out, hit a diamond cutter, have Wardlow no sell it. Wardlow hits a finish, dude. Done.
That's it.
That's all you need. Next up, we had Dustin Rhodes' interview, which was real weird. He just said, he broke my arm, so I want his blood.
Yeah. Face painted.
Yeah, Inner Circle just came out, swarmed him. The Bucks came out.
I mean, Dustin held the most. I mean, he knows soul for anything Sammy Guevara.
Well, yeah.
But
I don't know. It was just there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A bit of a meandering show across the board, really. Kind of. I don't know if they're trying to get into new storylines, trying to figure that kind of stuff out, but it wandered a little bit tonight.
It almost felt like the classic, WWF Raw. Oh, it's like a holiday, so we're just gonna. This is a throwaway. You can't have those yet.
No.
So we got a cool Dark Order propaganda video.
We did. Finally a good one.
And I said to you, I was like, you know what? This is kind of cool. I wish that they've been doing this for them because they actually, I'm interested right now.
Last week's we didn't really like. It was odd, out of place. This one was better.
Yeah.
Had a guy walk to, a meeting, sit down in the meeting, and it was a self-help kind of thing. The guy's a out-of-shape kind of guy. And, there are all these people there, and they're all listening to this guy talk, and they introduce Stu as, the first disciple. I'm sorry, Grayson. Right? They don't call him Stu anymore.
Yeah.
And, flashes, the people sitting there flashed into the masks, and it's, join the Dark Order, and then it's Uno up top doing the talk, and some good creepy stuff.
Yeah.
It was good. It was better.
Yeah, I thought so, too. Yeah. And I guess that they announced in the building afterwards that next week it's going to be Dustin and the Bucks against Sammy, Santana, and Ortiz.
Okay.
Which, again, very natural.
Yeah.
Main event time.
That's what you did there. Very unnatural.
Au natural. Main event time for the AEW World Title. Jericho versus Scorpio Sky. And they made a point to hammer that all their seconds have been banned from ringside.
Yes.
Which I was like, all right, cool. Let's just have it out.
Yeah. Jericho came down with Hagar.
Well, Hagar ran down at one point.
They didn't walk down in the beginning together?
No, it was just Jericho.
Okay.
Match went 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Jericho won with
a dud.
The sloppiest looking Walls of Jericho I've seen.
It was terrible. It was just a sloppy Boston Crab. And he even hooked the feet. He even hooked the ankles.
Yeah.
He just kind of sat on him and hoped that his legs bent.
Yeah, I didn't care for this either.
No. There were some shots where, the crowd thought Sky had a chance of winning. They did a little bit of running here and there. Some ref work. But, it's just...
I just didn't care for it.
Scorpio really had no actual chance of winning the title. It's just a match to sort of figure out what they're doing. They seem to already not care that their tag team champions aren't wrestling matches.
Yeah.
But, it was just... Jericho looked gassed. It was not motivated good Jericho. It was gassed out, lazy Jericho.
It was Jericho turning that shade of red and purple that only Shane McMahon achieves.
Yeah, it was just off. And I said to you, I think it's time for Jericho to be done with the belt. He can't have that caliber of match. I mean, Scorpio Sky's been on fire lately. The guy's a pretty good worker, and this match just wasn't very good.
Yeah, I didn't care for it.
Bland.
But speaking of taking time for him to give up the belt afterwards, he was beating up Scorpio Sky. Moxley arrived through the crowd. They had their big showdown, stare down. So I'm guessing that that's going to be the start of Moxley and Jericho.
Yeah, they'll build that for a while, and whenever they announce a pay-per-view, a couple months, I'm sure, down the line, they'll do that. And I don't see any reason why Mox won't win that belt.
No, I'd be shocked if he did.
Yeah.
So, AEW's done. We'll talk about match of the night and show of the night afterwards.
Okay. That's good because I still got to think about it.
Yeah. Honestly, same. So let's talk NXT.
NXT.
So,
we watched NXT first.
Yes, we did. We watched it live. Yeah. NXT, no Morrow this week.
No Morrow. Tom Phillipson for Morrow.
Yes. If you listen to the pay-per-view recap of NXT and Survivor Series, which thank you if you did, we explained what happened with Corey Graves. He's a dork.
Yeah, he's a huge dork.
Put out, I guess, a little bit of a bullshit apology on his podcast this week. I listened to the clip this morning on Twitter.
Yeah.
Saying something like, on a personal note, I tweeted something trying to stir up a little controversy like I normally do. If I offended someone, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Which that right there, to me, is always the cheap cop out. Yeah, you're not really sorry.
It's the bullshit wording. It's the if you were offended, it's on you.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry
if you were offended.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much different than I'm sorry I offended you. It's if you were offended. It's just different bullshit. And I've been waiting and talking to you about ranting about this for a while.
Go off, King.
If you follow me on Twitter the last couple of days, I've sent a couple tweets of Corey Graves trying to bait him in, which is a dumb thing to do, and I know he's never going to... Who the hell am I on Twitter? Nobody. He lacks self-awareness, right? He put out the tweet from, Ice-T saying, people got used to being able to say stuff on Twitter and not get smacked in the face for it or whatever nonsense. And then he tweeted nonsense about Morrow and didn't say anything to his face about it. Just put it out on the internet. He just has no self-awareness. With Corey Graves, he's a dork. He's a piece of shit. He thinks he's Bobby Heenan.
Yeah.
But lacks the charm that Heenan has. He thinks he's Bobby Heenan without having an understanding of what made Bobby Heenan great.
Yeah.
Right? He also thinks that he's CM Punk.
Yeah.
And, if you listen to the show in passing a couple times, we've mentioned how we feel about CM Punk. And Corey Graves is just a cheap dime store knockoff. He's a guy, and I understand he was a wrestler, and, he was around for a little bit, the Sterling Keenan and all that stuff that he was. But, to me, he seems like the dude that, was, got launched by the pipe bomb. Right? That was, I want to do that. Yeah. I want to go into wrestling and shoot on people because that's the coolest thing to do. And it's man, you're just such a cheap knockoff who just says this, keeping his punk mentality and the punk rock ethos and all that. And, again, I don't seem to have any sort of ego that says I'm the be-all, end-all of anything or that I know what I'm talking about. I have 130 followers on Twitter. My opinion doesn't matter really in the grand scheme of things. But the things that I have is I grew up in a punk rock scene.
Yeah.
I still am somewhat part of a punk rock scene somewhere, kind of. But you and I both, we're in a pretty good, active punk rock scene growing up.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I've met a million people like Corey Graves. And they're all bullshit.
Yep.
They're all these fake assholes who don't understand the meaning of what they think they're a part of. The most important part of the scene for me, and the way it should be, the way it was, it's about inclusiveness. It's about the outsiders finding a place to be welcomed into, a place of their own, a place where they can be themselves. Because the outside world stinks. And when you have green hair or whatever, people look at you a little differently, and it stinks. Corey Graves is the kind of dude that walks into a punk rock scene and acts like he's king shit.
Yep.
And tries to gatekeep and keep other people out of it because it's his and you're not cool enough to be in it. And Morrow isn't a part of that scene at all. Morrow's just a guy, and on the show we're not nice to Morrow. I don't like Morrow. I liked NXT better than a night without him.
Oh, 100%.
But that doesn't mean that he deserves to be shouted down by this guy on Twitter who then says, "Oh, say it to my face. You have my phone number, Meltzer." You just did what you're complaining people don't do.
Yeah, literally.
He's a fake piece of crap who just talks and talks and, I wanted to make controversy for my show. Oh, you want to shit on other people so people listen to your shitty podcast.
Yeah.
Morrow doesn't deserve that. And most of all, now I have to sit here and defend Morrow, a guy who I don't even particularly like. You've made me have to get the back of a guy who I also think isn't very good at what he does.
Yeah.
I'm not a Morrow fan. But I'm also not going to, if I ever ran into Morrow in person, I'm not going to be like, "Hey, you fucking suck, bro." That's just not what I'm going to do. I don't do that to anybody.
No.
My opinion is he's not very good, and that's fine. But to tweet it out like that when you're in the company, sharing essentially the same job as him, and then your excuse is you're just trying to get your podcast over, you're just a piece of shit, man.
Yeah.
You're just a fake CM Punk knockoff, punk rock knockoff, Bobby Heenan wannabe, and you'll never be any of those things. You will always be the third-rate announcer. And at this point, I would say that to Corey Graves' face.
Oh, yeah. He's
What's he going to do?
He's a nerd.
I've run into a million people like him. Like I said, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
We see him. I grew up with him.
Especially coming up in the world that we came up in.
It's just what it is. He's this tough guy gatekeeper asshole. And it turns out that they're never actually tough guys. They just run their mouths and run away.
Yeah, just because you watch MMA, dude, doesn't make you tough.
And I wasn't even going to bring it up.
No,
I wasn't interested in talking about it. It's not really worth my time. But once I found out that Morrow wasn't going to be on the show tonight, and that now that's 2 shows that he's missing. They said the voice thing, and now that can't be. That got blown out because now he's missing. Hopefully he's back next week.
Yeah,
we don't know. Morrow has to get his head right.
Yeah, they said that he was going. Because Sunday they said he was going to be back on NXT this week. Well, he wasn't. Now they're saying, he'll be back next week. Yeah. Who knows? The dude obviously has well-documented issues. If you don't know, you can look it up.
Exactly, and that's Corey Graves knows that, right? I'm not saying people can't criticize other people, but he knows where Morrow's at with his headspace, and now he's out. And it's just not cool. It's just shitty. It's just something where, now that it's expanded past one show, it just makes me feel like Corey Graves is more of a piece of shit, and that it's something that he needs to be confronted about. And again, not by me. Who are we gonna? Was he gonna find me somewhere? Maybe he'll see me at punk rock bowling or something. It'll never happen, and I don't care. But if he listens to this for some reason, which I know he doesn't, I will happily tell him to his face that I've run into a million of him out in the real world, and they're all fake. They all suck, and that's it.
Yeah, he it's just, I don't know, man. That dude rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Especially, honestly, if I was the company, I think he commentates SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, SmackDown, when we go live on the air, here's what you're going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want to be a fucking idiot online and try to be a tough guy Twitter guy. Mm-hmm. All right, you made yourself look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Here, apologize.
Yeah.
It's in front of everybody.
Yep.
And that's what I would do. But
they already have CM Punk's back now, so Corey Graves CM Punk's doing an on-air commentary sort of position, And, like, so maybe Graves feels threatened because he's just a cheap copy of that dude.
Yeah.
He's just a dude that wants to do pipe bombs.
Yeah.
You know, and the pipe bomb is another thing I have a huge issue with, which I can do a whole other podcast about.
Sure.
But, yeah, Corey Graves stinks.
Yeah, he does.
So, Morrow, get well.
Yes.
Hope to see you back. And that's the point we're at. A guy I don't like on commentary, who I thought the NXT was better off for him not being there this week. I'm now like, can't wait for you to get back just so maybe for some little bit of time, Corey Graves can shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I hope so. Speaking of things that sucked, though, the opening of this show with this weird rap that happened and people celebrating around the ring.
Sure.
Boy, was that weird.
Weird.
Only cool part was Big Stoke got some screen time.
Stoke got screen time.
Malcolm Bivens of Bivens Enterprises, the best.
That's right.
Got some screen time. Yeah. It was cool.
The dude who was rapping, who I don't know who he is, they didn't announce him, was reading the lyrics off his phone.
Yeah, he totally was.
It was real odd. But it was a celebration, like because they did so well at Survivor Series.
Yeah, it was funny too, because like most of the people that were like around the ring, like nobody was involved in Survivor Series.
No,
it was just like, and it was funny when Undisputed Era came out to interrupt, and Adam Cole's like, "What are you guys celebrating for? Like, you didn't do anything, we did it."
Yeah,
and he's like, "Well, you're right." So Cole is out there. They're basically running down the whole roster. Riddle, Ciampa, Lee, and Dijakovic get in the ring. Ciampa and him go back and forth. We find out that tonight Lee and Dijakovic versus Fish and O'Reilly for the tag titles.
Yep.
Finn comes out. Him and Ciampa have a bit of a stare-down, which sets up for your main event later in the night.
Yep. Ciampa's still going for Goldie.
Yeah,
but Finn was in his way.
That's true. Yes. So tag title match time.
Yes, happening right now.
Undisputed Era versus Keith Lee and Dijakovic. Again, Undisputed Era was Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish
for a
about
little bit.
For about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Because Keith Lee hit a gorilla press on Fish to the floor.
Yeah.
And Fish landed directly on his head.
He straight dumped him. Threw him, tossed him, shoved him, maybe. Nudged him in the direction of O'Reilly, and Fish he ate that floor. That side of his head.
His head broke the fall.
Yeah.
So when we watched it, at first we went, "Oh."
Yeah. And then we rewound it.
Yeah.
To see what happened. Because they went to commercial.
Yes.
And when they came back from commercial, Roddy was in the ring as the other member, and he was in just his street clothes that he cut the promo in because he wasn't booked. And then they kind of talked about it, and when you watched it was clear that Fish was concussed.
Yeah.
He tried to get back in the ring. He was slow moving. He immediately tagged out. He was a little lost. And they said, Regal announced the match can continue with Roddy. Good on them recognizing. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, that's the way it should be anyway.
Yeah.
But good on them for recognizing he was hurt. Concussions are serious.
Yes.
And for still giving the audience what they wanted to see. And letting the match go on.
Yeah, I thought this match was awesome. It
was really good.
Undisputed Era got the win.
Yes.
Honestly, Roddy, hats off to that guy.
Dude's great.
Kudos.
Is in dress pants and dress shoes, loafers that look like or something, because he wasn't supposed to be in the match. And so who knows how much of it he knew, how much he worked on them with spots and story and all that.
It's like he didn't even miss a beat.
No, the dude is great.
Yeah,
really
he's one of the best going today.
Yeah.
I really do believe that.
Yep.
That spot, though, where Adam Cole came running down the ramp.
Yeah.
And Keith Lee hit him with the Monty Brown pounce.
I'm glad you said that because I was going to say that. That was 100% the Monty Brown pounce.
And he sent him about 5 deep into the crowd. And that was so cool.
Yep. Yeah, it was great. It was a really funny spot.
Because you didn't see Lee on camera. It was just focused on Cole.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, just boom.
Yep.
That was seriously so much fun.
It was.
I love the match. I thought it was great.
It was really good.
Again, Keith Lee had a huge weekend. He still looks awesome.
Yeah, even though he dumped Fish.
Yeah, I mean,
shit happens.
Shit
not
does
blaming
happen.
anybody.
Yeah,
but good on Roddy again. Really impressed with Roddy. No warm up. Just in his
legit
in his street
clothes,
right in the ring.
Wearing jeans and sneakers.
Yep.
I mean, no pad, elbow pads, knee pads, no warm up time. What a pro that guy is.
Yeah.
They show the replay for this week of Dakota Kai attacking Tegan. which leads into an awkward-ass interview with Candice LeRae.
Yeah, that was weird.
Where apparently, she's appalled at Dakota, which I get it. They're supposed to be teammates. But saying that, I love Tegan Knox and
family.
Yeah, she's my family, and tonight I'm gonna stick up because I'm her pissed off big sister. Yeah, like you and I were like, since what? When? Yeah, like weird. You haven't had any interaction on TV other than being in a WarGames team. Like, yeah, that's all real weird shit.
Yeah.
They showed Garza. Clips of Garza and Leo Rush from a couple weeks ago. Yep. They showed Garza coming back to the curtain after his takeover match. And Leo absolutely paintbrushed the shit out of him.
Just nailed them.
And then they showed tonight's going to be Leo versus Akira Tozawa.
Yeah.
For the Cruiserweight title, which, okay. I don't know what happened, what he did to earn it, but all right, let's roll with it. Next match. What about 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Mansoor versus Shane Thorne.
Yeah.
Mansoor's the guy that wins on the Blood Money shows.
Blood Money shows, yeah. Saudi Arabian superstar. Looks like Saudi Arabian Seth Rollins.
Absolutely does.
And Shane Thorne, who we've seen a few weeks now. He just comes out and gets beat up.
Yeah, I mean, that's his role right now. Yeah.
He wears like a fur vest thing and gets beat up.
Yeah, that's gimmick. That's who he is right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, name like Shane Thorne.
Yeah. Mansoor got the win with that like slingshot neck breaker, I think it was.
Yeah.
Looked pretty cool. Whatever. Yeah. Not inoffensive.
It existed. It didn't. I mean, I get it. Like I guess they want to use Mansoor, but I mean, there was no point. It didn't go anywhere.
Fill time.
It was just a fill match. Yeah, it was fine. Whatever. It was short.
Next match you had Candice LeRae.
Yep.
Coming out against new evil heel Dakota Kai.
Yes.
With her new evil dark music and her dark entrance video, carrying Tegan's knee brace.
Yes.
Which I was like, all right, I like that.
Be evil.
Yes.
Yeah. Big 80s hair.
Yeah. Looked like she's straight out of Glow.
Yep.
Wearing one of John Moxley's jackets, apparently.
Yeah,
because it's just real raggedy. Yep. Candice got the win by DQ.
Yeah.
Because Dakota whacked her with the knee brace at the end of the match. The match itself, what did you think of it?
It was fine.
It existed.
It was a little too long. The DQ should have came earlier. I like the DQ as a finish, but it should have came a little earlier. I think they could have made Dakota a little stronger of a heel. Like LeRae got a lot of offense, and if LeRae beats up Dakota Kai now, what's the point when Tegan comes back and beats her up? Like she already got her comeuppance. So that Kai should have got cheated more, got the DQ a little earlier, and really beat up LeRae. So you're like, oh my God, they still got to chase this heel to get her revenge. But the backdrop on the apron.
Oh that was my God, dude, that was so gross.
Yeah.
On the partial part of the apron because they almost missed.
Yes, they did almost miss.
Yeah, that was bad.
But yeah, I just wish it was done better. I think Kai looks good. I've never been the biggest Candice LeRae fan. So they just need to work on Kai and get her, I think, a little stronger as a dirty heel. So when Tegan Knox comes back, it'll be that much more satisfying when she gets her revenge.
Yeah. After the match, Dakota was about to go full-blown heel on her and beat her up with a chair. And fucking Rhea Ripley came out of nowhere with like a Bruce Lee karate kick and kicked the chair out of her hands.
Weird.
Which I'm like, you know what, though? That's cool because they have beef. Because of WarGames. Yeah. So, like, there's a future match down the line. Next up, we got a little Cameron Grimes video package.
Grimy Grimes.
Greasy
Grimes.
Your boy.
My boy.
What was that line that he said that you couldn't believe?
What, did he graduate from high school? Yeah, he talked about it right after he got done graduating from high school, and I was like, wait, what? This ruins everything for me.
Like, no, this character's done. Happen.
No, he couldn't graduate from high school. Look at him.
Yeah.
He barely made it through 8th grade. Took him 3 times to get through. I've seen this guy. Took him 3 times to get through the 8th grade. That's how this story goes. A guy graduates high school doesn't wear a hat like that.
No, absolutely
it's just not a thing that happens.
Yeah, I'm happy like they're at least keeping him like
Yeah.
Keep putting them back into your eyesight.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. They were doing a lot of build-up for the pay-per-views and the crossover and stuff, and he wasn't really a part of it, unfortunately. But he has reminded everybody he has the fastest win, all that. So, I mean, I'm excited to see him again. I did really like him. But, He didn't graduate from high school.
No, hell no.
Maybe the real kid. I don't know what his real name is, what his shoot name is. Yeah. He probably graduated from high school.
Cameron Grimes didn't, though.
But Cameron Grimes didn't graduate from high school.
Next matchup was for the Cruiserweight title. Leo Rush versus Akira Tozawa.
Yep.
It's about longer than I thought it did. It went about 13 minutes.
Yeah.
Leo retained, obviously. I mean, I thought it was good.
Again, it fine. Existed. Tozawa works a little too slow.
Yeah, and you even point out, especially like after seeing Leo work with Garza, those guys, they were just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, Tozawa just works a little bit of a slower style, which doesn't quite mesh because of his size. Like, it looks like he should be sort of keeping up and doing that sort of really fast Leo Rush kind of thing.
Yeah.
The apron German was cool. Lots of cool apron moves.
That was real cool.
But, it was fine. It was what it was. We've seen better out of Leo. And again, it just kind of happened. It didn't really have that much of a purpose behind it.
It was just weird that, like, it was for the Cruiserweight title all of a sudden. Like, there was no build to it. Just, hey, by the way, here you go.
Yeah, and they had the 3-way at the
Survivor Series.
Yeah. But it just doesn't, I don't know. I didn't get it. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't either. Next up, you had Vanessa Bourne going up against the true shooter of NXT.
The true shooter, absolutely.
Xia Li.
I found out Xia Li, the first Chinese NXT superstar.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, with number 2 being Boa.
Yeah.
Big Boa.
We haven't seen Boa in a while.
He's still recovering after Dave beat him up.
That's true.
Squash.
Yep.
It went a minute.
No broken noses.
No, I'm a little disappointed about that.
Yeah.
I mean, Xia looked like she absolutely starched her with a head kick. Yep. But went a minute. Xia got the win. Mm-hmm. Post-match, Shayna and the Horsewomen come out. They just go to beat down Xia. Xia held her own for a little bit.
Yeah.
Didn't last long, though.
Shayna ducked away from that kick, though. She didn't want to take that.
Yeah, because I had a feeling if Xia would have hit her with the kick, Shayna would have been like, nah, this is on. It's on now. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're getting, something's getting broken.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though. Here's what I'm going to say about that match. What's up, Xia?
Oh, calling your shot.
Hey, why not?
All right. Shoot or shoot, my friend.
She'll break my nose.
She totally will.
Yeah.
Speaking of people I want to break my nose, Rhea Ripley came out afterwards.
All right.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to blame that on the NyQuil.
We're getting into the odds at wrestling territory here.
Rhea came out, just kind of stood down Shayna, basically told her, like, oh, congratulations for beating Becky and Bayley. I pinned you, though, this weekend. Next time, come this ring, you're getting dropped. I'm winning the belt.
Any and all of NXT is pointing towards Ripley Baszler. And I think we talked about it last week, but Baszler's going to lose that belt and go to the main roster. And maybe not now with how crappy that main event was. They said Vince was pretty upset.
Yeah, Vince didn't like it.
So maybe not the best place. Maybe they extended out a little while longer. But, I mean, that's where everything's been pointing for. Ever since Rhea showed up on regular NXT, it's her Baszler.
Yeah. So. They did announce for next week, and I know you can't wait for it. Damian Priest versus Killian Dane.
Yep, fantastic.
Can't wait.
It's going to be match of the night.
I mean, it's the main event of my heart.
Mm-hmm. I believe they're calling that the Dana Brooke Invitational.
Listen, Dana has had an interesting few days on Twitter,
I'm
my
sure
friend.
she has.
When you have Big Dave Bautista blowing, not even on the DMs, he's just throwing it out there on the timeline.
Yeah.
Dave got horny on Maine. So I'm going to monitor that situation.
You do that.
Main event time. Finn Balor versus...
Drax is thirsty, everybody.
Finn versus Ciampa.
Yeah.
This only went like 11 minutes.
Yeah.
But I was fine with it. Like, it was good.
Yeah, it was cool.
You knew what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Cole came in, distracted Ciampa.
Yeah.
Balor got the win, hit the Bloody Sunday.
Excuse me?
It's the Bloody Sunday.
You have a horrible problem with this. It's the 1916.
No, you know what? Listen, and I know we talk about these guys a lot, but Joe brought up a good point.
Uh-oh.
He said, listen, he goes, for as long as the guy uses a move and then he takes it to another company but changes the name, I'm still going to call it by that old name for as long as he's using it. And then finally when when he surpasses how many times you use it in the new company, then I'll call it the new name. So,
all right.
Thank you, Joe.
All right.
I like your logic.
That's fine.
I do.
Yeah.
It was still the Bloody Sunday.
You can both be wrong. It's all right.
Oh, come Finn got the win.
Yeah.
Look at me rhyming.
I only am calling it the 1916 because I didn't know it was called the Bloody Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
I watched a lot of Prince Devitt in Japan.
You did.
So.
I didn't.
I thought like giving it away on TV was pretty like surprising. Because I still think this is like a match like you can build them down the line. Sure. And maybe they will revisit it down the line.
I'm sure they will.
But for what it was right now, I'm like, okay, I get it. Yeah. Still a little surprised.
I'll tell you what was distracting about this match. That vein on Ciampa's head.
Dude, if he nicks that thing off a doorway, dunzo.
You look at that thing wrong, that's going to pop. That thing ran the entire length of the top of his head and then splits off onto each side of his eye. It was weird.
Yeah, that was...
that dude's pumping some blood to the cranium.
It's a pretty gross thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cole came out, caused the interference, which I'm only going to assume is going to lead to Cole Ciampa build-up for like Mania weekend or something, or Royal Rumble weekend, whenever.
They'll probably do Ciampa, Finn, Cole or something.
Something like that, yeah.
They like their three-way dances.
They do. And post-match, Cole standing over Ciampa, Balor standing over him. Cole puts the hand on Finn's shoulder, and Finn just obliterates him with a kick. And I like that because it was just like, hey, like, I'm coming for that belt too.
Yep.
This, we haven't crossed each other's paths yet, but don't get mistaken, I'm coming for it.
Mm-hmm.
So that wrapped up NXT for the week.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. Obviously we don't have ratings.
Nope. Too early for that.
Yeah.
We'll put them on the Twitter.
Yeah, we'll tweet them out.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you first.
Okay.
Match of the night, show of the night.
Okay. Well, let me see. Let me go back here.
So, all right, yeah. So go first your match for AEW, then your match for NXT.
All right.
Then overall, the show.
My match for AEW has to be Best Friends Lucha Brothers.
Okay.
We got OC as a turkey. We got some good stuff out of both of those guys.
You're damn
we got a
right
good Trent pin. It was good. Mostly that wins, and I'm not taking anything away from that match. It was a good match, but the rest of the show wasn't that great. MJF Page kind of stunk. Sky Jericho kind of stunk. Pac Omega was good, but it wasn't anything we haven't seen out of those guys before, really. For my opinion, and Cody Matt Nix, close. The ladies tag match was good too, but yeah, Best Friends Lucha Brothers on AEW and NXT. Same thing, first match. Lee and Dijakovic versus Undisputed Era. Roddy stepping in is really impressive. It was a good match. Again, who knows how many of the spots and stuff that Roddy knew about. They did a lot of talking in the match to kind of get him up to speed. But great performance out of everybody. Kyle O'Reilly scares me. There's something in his eyes. Say that. He's got like shark's eyes or something. And he scares me. I'm worried that he will legitimately hurt somebody because he's a scary individual. But that's my match of NXT. And I'm going to say my match of the night with NXT being the slightly better show.
Okay.
Not that AEW was good. AEW was a little off the whole night, I think. From the mic being off to the matches being a little weird, some miscues. NXT has that. It had Kyle Ray with some good heel work. Xia Li. What's up, Xia Li? And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. NXT is my show of the night, and Lee Dijakovic Undisputed Era is my match of the night.
Okay.
What about you?
I mean, we're pretty much on course here, but
usually are.
My match for AEW,
Pac Omega.
Why do you gotta spoil it on me?
Because I know.
Why you gotta do that?
Sorry.
It was my match tonight. I mean, I thought these two just gel really well. Omega with those snapdragons, Pac was just taking them on his head. I was like, ugh, that's kind of gross. I do though. I like the way I thought it was a fun match. I really enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. The OC stuff was amazing. Don't get me wrong. I fucking love that guy. If you listen to the show, you know how much we love OC.
For sure.
Just match wise though, I'm gonna go with Omega Pac.
When I'm given the opportunity or the chance between a good singles match or a good tag match, I'll always pick the tag match.
Yeah.
That's the way I lean.
Yeah. For NXT, same thing. I'm going Undisputed Era versus Lee Dijak. Yeah. Just honestly, mainly just because of Roddy.
Yeah.
Like, I was, like, we were watching, and I couldn't shut up. I'm like, man, I'm so impressed with Roddy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe he's doing what he's doing. Like, literally, like, he just went to the back. And, like, a minute later, he has to come back out and say, oh, yeah, by the way, you're working a 20-minute match.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Like, who does
Against
that?
monsters.
Yeah, like, oh, no gear, no time to get prepared, no tape, nothing. Like, you can't warm up, time to work.
Yep.
And he just went out and did it, and he killed it.
Yeah.
You know, I still think that guy is the best worker in the Undisputed Era. I think they're all great.
You think he's better than Cole? Legit?
I really do.
Right.
I do. Don't get me wrong. I love Adam Cole. I think he's awesome. Roddy, though, for me, I don't know. Something does it for me for Roddy.
Okay.
I just think, like, I don't know. He's the better worker for me.
All right.
I think he could have a good to great match with just about anybody if he wanted.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I mean, that's not saying that Cole can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, the bigger problem is that you think Cole's too small.
And we're back to this.
It's just proving my point.
You've given me, like, some time off from it.
I have, yeah.
And you know what?
You walked back into it today, buddy.
You son of a bitch.
I know. Well, you think he's little. That's just what it
I
is.
do not.
You do so. I heard you say it to that guy.
Listen, when that time machine is, like, built, when we go back to Bethlehem that night, I'm going to have a video device. Okay. And it's like, here's the guy. Here he is. Okay. Wasn't me.
All right.
You jerk.
It's going to be weird. Because then your past self is going to see you with a video camera recording a special moment for what reason they're not going to understand. Then we're going to have to explain to our past selves that we've been in time travel just to go back to this particular moment. Just to prove that you think Adam Cole's too small.
Can this turn into Brett and Duge's Excellent Adventure?
I mean, it could.
Oh, man, we should totally do that.
All right. But then it's going to be a bogus journey, and there's going to be evil robot X's. Or us's, as it were. And we'll have to find Station.
Dude, we're the Wild Stallions.
All right.
I used to have Bill and Ted action figures, dude.
Okay.
Oh, man, I should totally try to buy them.
Wasn't there a cartoon?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's completely different podcast. All over the place tonight.
This is how the magic happens.
It is how the magic happens.
Coming to you live from Casa de la Brett.
Yes, it's true. We're recording in a different spot tonight.
My wonderful abode.
Yes.
You got anything else for wrestling this week?
No, man, that was it. You know, it was.
I mean, it was a short week. We just recorded the recap Sunday.
Yeah. And
there was no crossover whatsoever with Raw on Monday.
No.
So that's done. I think they'll rumble.
The shows weren't the greatest on either end this week.
No, they weren't.
Lots of more misses than normal on both shows.
And that's what I forgot to say. NXT, I thought was a much better show.
So, there you go. So what? This is week 9.
Yeah, so I'm 5-4 for NXT,
and I'm 6-3.
Yeah, AEW had a lead for a while, but I don't know NXT. I know the whole Survivor Series thing; it was killing it. But this week again, still, I just thought it was better. Like, I don't know. AEW just didn't do it for me.
Yeah, and NXT, like, all the crossover stuff is done, so like, they have to start everything new again. They got to fire everything back up. So I get it. The shows they weren't weak. It was just your average wrestling shows for both of them.
And I thought,
more issues than normal.
Kind of with like NXT, like, listen, though they've been, grinding the last lot of weeks, showing up on every show. Mm-hmm. You're flying somewhere Monday, you got to be back on Wednesday for Florida. You got to fly out Friday for SmackDown. Yeah. I mean, then of course this weekend you had SmackDown, you had WarGames, you had Survivor Series. Like they've been burning it pretty hard. Yeah. Especially because they're not used to it anymore. Mm-hmm. Like they're stationed in Florida. That's what they do. They kind of got out of it a little bit. Yeah, they'll do their little weekend loops and stuff, but I don't know. They're burning pretty good.
Yeah. Well, next week we have Killian Dane versus Damian Priest to look forward to.
Oh, joy. So, can't wait.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's it. You got anything else? Should I hit social meds?
Yeah. Yes. You can hit the social meds.
Thanks, buddy. All right. Well, if you don't know already, you can find us. Now you know. Soon to be named network, our podcast home, away from home, in our homes, at STBN Network. You can find a plethora of shows there, including A Todd's with Wrestling and Longbox Heroes. And Final Wrestling Place, I think, is there too.
Yes, Final Wrestling Place is there.
Bunch of other stuff. Give those guys a listen. They're all good people talking about good wrestling, and Longbox Heroes talking about good comics. And then us at Wednesday War Pod on Twitter and the Facebook. Come watch us blow up your feeds every Wednesday when we watching the shows, and then talk about other things, you can watch me or us tweet at people, and I can rant about Corey Graves. You can email the show at WednesdayNightWarPod@gmail.com. Suggestions for the show, questions you want answered.
Just to hit the quota, Kevin Nash.
Oh, I was going to do that. I was just going to say that same thing. Kevin Nash got bumped for time tonight. I apologize to him. Hopefully next week we'll invite him back. But other than that, other than the Twitter and the email, you can find us on iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher and Google and iHeartRadio and TuneIn Radio and the YouTubes. Even though there's a couple skipped episodes in the YouTubes, just don't go there.
Yeah,
anyway.
I saw the email.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't understand technology like that.
No.
But yeah, so, I mean, if you're already listening, you already found us somewhere. But you can find us somewhere else if you feel so inclined. Go to the iTunes, give us a rating, give us a review. Despite what Joe Sposto says, it matters. So do that with the algorithm. I will forever bury Joe on that.
I was going to say, you're going to wave that flag forever.
Always. Huh? Always. Who knows what they're doing on a Todd's with Wrestling this week?
Yeah, very curious. So I don't know if there's going to be a special guest host or whatnot.
I mean, my phone didn't ring.
My phone didn't ring either.
So there you go. It's going to ring now. But yeah, other than that, you can find me personally on the Twitter where you can actually see me rant about Corey Graves and at him like he doesn't do to other people. Give him the courtesy of adding him so he can see what I say about him. That's at the Dooge, THEDOOGE. I'll talk other stuff too. I don't know. I mean, it ends up being mostly wrestling because that's pretty much what our lives are.
Pretty much.
But like, if you also want to see whatever random videos of concerts we're at, or comics and reading, or what have you, check me out there. Brett, Twitter, where can they find you?
Well, for now, you could find me at BrettXEdge570.
For now?
Well, I was told, I guess Twitter's going to start deleting accounts that don't actively tweet anymore.
Okay.
Which I feel like a lot of people's follower counts are going to go way down.
Sure they are.
And I'm going to try to reclaim the BrettXEdge because I checked last night, and the person hasn't tweeted in 9 years.
Oh, yeah?
So fingers crossed for me, people.
That's cool.
But you follow me there. If you want, you could find out me complaining about being sick.
Okay.
I work from home, and I still called off work yesterday because that's how damn sick I was. Yeah. But I'm doing better now.
Hey, fingers crossed, the dude that has Wednesday Night War on Twitter.
See?
Because all those people don't tweet anything.
No. So I don't know what the time limits are going to be, but fingers crossed.
Hey.
Also, if you want to watch and I highly suggest you do this for your own entertainment, that goddamn cameo video of Mark McGrath breaking up with that girl's boyfriend.
Oh, it's rough.
It was one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. I retweeted it and just said this is bonkers. Yeah. But yeah, follow me there. I'll talk with you about whatever you'd like to talk about. And I don't sleep.
He doesn't sleep except for tonight because he's on the NyQuil. But I want to just bring up one other thing. Brett's too modest of a man to bring this up.
Oh boy.
He won't. He doesn't want to admit this. He doesn't want the acclaim and the applause for it.
What's happening?
But my co-host here on the Wednesday Night War podcast, he ate 40 pizzas in the last 30 days.
Oh my god, dude!
And I just want everyone to know you deserve the accolades for doing such a great feat.
All I have to say to that,
noticeably damp tonight, and I really appreciate it.
The day of reckoning will be upon us.
It's true.
Holy shit.
It's damn true.
Well, everybody, on that note, thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I appreciate it.
I appreciate all of you.
It was a ton of fun doing this thing.
Yeah.
So I hope you stick around. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Let's get us some more listeners.
I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Please be safe.
Yes.
Enjoy your time with your loved ones or by yourself, whatever you want. If you're by yourself, send me a tweet. I'll talk to you.
I say play this during Thanksgiving dinner.
I mean, I agree.
Yeah.
Again,
it's endless entertainment.
I would like to be in your mother or your aunt's ears.
Glad you said ears.
You got anything else?
No, man, I'm done.
Thanks, everybody. I'm going to maybe go to bed now. Pro wrestling. Let's go.
You're listening to the soon-to-be-named network, the Lamborghini of podcast networks.
Nope.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb. See?
I put the headphones on and I couldn't hear you, and I was like, wait, what?
See? All right. How? Well, again.
Now you're sounding good.
Okay.
Now I can hear you.
All these pills this week, man. I'm telling you. I'm living on it, brother.
Well, that's the end of this episode. So